What up? It's your girl Motivation with V, and this is Get Real with V. We're going to get real, we're going to get raw, and we're going to get down to the truth. And I am your host, Veronica Suazo. Welcome back to another video. I am so happy to have you guys here. I am so grateful for everyone who has tuned in, who has listened, who has shared, who has made comments, who has reached out to me and told me that I've inspired them with this podcast or I've inspired them with the content that I'm posting. I truly, truly appreciate it. You guys have no idea how much it means to me because starting this podcast was not easy. I had been going back and forth in my head about it because I have so much to say, so much to give, so much I want to share. I just didn't know where to get started. And that's why I was contemplating whether to do this or not. And here I am, and I'm just getting started, and it's going to get even better. Um, I'm actually going to split this podcast into 2 seasons. So all the videos you've been watching are part of season one. The next couple of episodes are going to be part of season one, and I'm going to have a couple of guests that are special to me, and I am so excited for you to hear their stories. I don't want to say too much and I don't want to spoil it, but be ready because these are going to be good. These are going to be so good. I can't wait. So, the second season, I'm going to have more guests on this podcast. Maybe people you know, maybe people you don't know. But the point of the shift that I'm going into is to showcase Bay Area natives that are working towards themselves, going after their dreams, that are going after their goals, that are doing the work day in and day out. And for them to share a little bit about what their journey was like, what it was like for them to get started, what their journey looked like, and their results, the benefits, like how it's going for them now. I'm excited. I can't wait for you guys to hear. I can't wait to hear some of their stories. I am just so grateful for this platform I'm creating because not only is it helping you guys get to know me and who I am and who I've become, but you're going to get to know a bunch of other Bay Area natives that are doing the work, that are making shit happen. Because I feel like, in the Bay, we're known for being hyphy. We're known for getting down and having fun. And yeah, that is true. But there's a lot of us out here that are trying to make it out the hood. There's a lot of us out here that are grinding. There are a lot of us out here that are just trying to take advantage of the opportunity and do something more with our lives and make our parents proud, make ourselves proud. And so I want to be able to be one of the first in the Bay to do that. I see so many podcasts of people that are in LA, mainly LA, right? And they're interviewing a bunch of influencers from TikTok or just influencers in general. And I'm like, why can't we do that? Why can't we have that? And we can. We really can. So I don't know if someone out there already started this, hasn't started it. If they did and you see this, reach out to me because I would love to collaborate. But if there isn't, I would love to be one of the first to have conversations with people from the Bay, born and raised from the Bay, and also people that maybe have moved here from another state, another country, and have been living here for years and what it's like to have been living here. So there's going to be a bunch of different stories you guys are going to hear from people that moved out of the Bay, people that moved into the Bay, people that are doctors, newscasters, artists, content creators, TikTok influencers, nurses, dentists, you name it. I'm going to have it on my podcast one way or another. So stay tuned for season two. But we still are in season one and we still have a couple of episodes to share with you. So I'm excited for that. Stay tuned for that. But today I want to talk about my turning point. So y'all got a little bit about me, not the full details, right? But a little bit about me, what I went through, the toxic cycles, having to work through a lot of negative cycles, the trauma, the daddy issues. And now let's talk about my turning point. Like, what was it that made me change? What was it that put me to where I'm at right now? because obviously it didn't happen overnight. So, first, I want to share that when you want to change, it's not going to happen overnight. Okay. You're going to have this thought. You're going to sit there and you're going to ponder. You're going to be like, I really want to change. I need to change, especially after a night of drinking, when you wake up hangover. That's like the first thing. It's like, what am I doing with my life? Right. But then you go back to drinking the next weekend. But it's kind of like that. Like you're gonna have that initial thought where you're just tired, you're fed up of doing the same shit, and you're like, why am I not where I want to be? And you're gonna get to a point where you hit rock bottom. That rock bottom is what's going to change you. That rock bottom is what's going to evolve you into who you're meant to be. I truly believe that everything happens the way it's supposed to. I believe that nothing is a coincidence. The people that you meet, you're meeting them because that is who you are attracting, who you're being. Another big reason why I'm really big right now on elevating my frequency and being the best version of myself, because I want to attract people, friends, partners that are on that same frequency. Okay. So like I said, you're going to go through a phase. You're going to go through something where you hit rock bottom. And from that moment, from that experience is where you're going to tell yourself enough is enough. And you're going to try to search for a coach, a mentor, maybe a friend, someone who's on that same wavelength that you're trying to be on. And then you're going to try to mirror them, or you're going to ask for some guidance. And that's how you'll slowly move into what you're trying to do. But it's not going to happen overnight. It takes time. You got to remember something. You have been in this lifestyle, you had all these habits for a long time. So it's going to take you a while to unlearn them and relearn some new habits. So, first and foremost, give yourself some grace, okay? And give yourself a round of applause, because to admit to yourself that you're not where you want to be and you're not happy, but you do want to change is huge. Do not take that lightly. Acknowledge that, celebrate it, and then write down what goals you want to achieve. Find a mentor, find a friend who is doing the work and you see it, and ask for some guidance. I can guarantee you that there's people out there who are willing to help you and just get you on the right path. Yeah. So, you're going to hit rock bottom. You're going to hit this point where you're just like, enough is enough. I need to make a change. For me, my biggest change was starting school. I did not want to go to school. I did not want to go back to school at 33 years old. Okay. I was like, I cannot go back for my master's. Like, it's been too long. I'm getting old. Like, do I really want to go back to doing school again? I'm working a full-time job. I make good money, but my job, it's a lot. Okay. I work for the president and it can get very demanding. Things change. Things are not always the same. Every day is something new. And I am really good at what I do, but at the same time, not happy. Right. So, I just told myself, if I'm so good at doing something I don't even like, imagine if I could do something that I actually love and I can be good at it. Like, wow. And that was a click for me. So that's the journey of where I met the chief of staff. Shout out to her, who guided me and persuaded me to go back to school. She put me in contact with someone that she knows who got his Psych D at the school that I'm at. And, I was scared as hell to hit him up, but I did. And I had a Zoom call with him. He broke it down on what schools I can apply to and like the type of field I want to get into. And I did the rest of the work. I applied, I got in, and it was doing that that really changed everything for me, because I was being forced to do the work internally. I was already doing the work, before I went to school. But when you're going to school to be a therapist, something y'all got to know is that they make you really think about your own life in every single class that you're in. They make you think about all your biases, all your beliefs, all your thoughts, the way you were raised. They make you look at your own attachment wounds, at your relationship styles, at the way you've been communicating. Because, of course, like, how am I going to help someone else? How am I going to hold space for someone else when I haven't done that for myself? Right. So that really put everything into perspective for me. And it made me realize I need to step my fucking game up. And mind you, the first year of school, I was trying to balance a full time job and grad school for the first time after being out of school for 10 years, and also balancing a relationship that was just on the rocks. So I was not doing good. I was doing good in school. Like, I prioritized school and I was getting my good grades, but everything else, like, I was just exhausted. I was stressed out. I was overweight and I wasn't pouring into myself. I was still drinking and doing stupid shit, going out on the weekends to relieve my stress. And although I was learning new things, I wasn't exactly where I knew I could be. So that's where it all kind of started for me. And realizing that I wasn't happy, that I needed to get out of my relationship that I was in, that I was holding myself back, that the frequency and level that I want to be on, I wasn't on. And so when I stopped drinking a little, I would only drink once or twice, like, on the weekends, not too much, right? But I wasn't happy. Like, I would have like one shot, two shots, and I'd be like, dude, I don't want to drink. Like, this does not fulfill me anymore. Like, what am I doing? Like, this isn't what I want. I don't want to be going out all the time. Like, I just want to get in the gym. Like, I would see videos of badass women in the gym, like fit as fuck. And I was like, damn, that's what I should be doing. Like, I should be spending my weekends in the gym. I should be doing healthier things. Like, I'm just not where I want to be. And there was an incident where I was roofied. Yeah, I was fucking roofied. And that night really changed everything for me because I only had a few drinks and I cannot for the life of me remember anything that happened that night. It was the most traumatizing experience in my life. And even after that moment, it was so hard for me to want to go to any bar and drink from any any bartender because it was the actual bartenders that roofied me. I am like 100% sure it was them. And I still remember that last drink I had where it was lights out. And you guys, like, being roofied is no joke because it lasts so long. Like, for that whole week, I was not in my body. Like, I was so paranoid. I felt so violated. It was horrible. So I'm very big on, like, be careful drinking at bars because you can't trust people nowadays. And I've been seeing a lot of stories on TikTok of women that are getting roofied. Luckily, they have friends that are either not drinking or just, you know, they're paying attention to where they save their friends' lives. Like, so I'm telling you, like, if you're out and about, drink before you go to the bar. And if you do get a drink at the bar, pay attention to what they're pouring in your drink because this is not a game. At any given moment, your life can be taken. So, anyways, that happened to me and that put even more into perspective for me. Like, I was already on this path. I'm like, okay, like, I'm getting myself back into the gym. I'm doing my thing. But this was like, yes, this is why you're not supposed to be drinking, Veronica. This is why. Put two and two together. So, anyways, that happened last year in around April, and I still kept drinking, but very, very light. I was still very paranoid and had PTSD. And going into the new year, I told myself is where things were going to change. I was going to work on myself, stop the drinking, do the gym, meal prep, meditate, read, work on my mind, body, and soul. Like, I was just like, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to be doing to become who I need to become. I knew I wasn't on the frequency I wanted to be. And so I was like, I got to do this, not only for me, but I got to do it for my family. I got to do it for my sisters. I got to do it for my brother. I got to do it for my cousins, my mom. I'm the one that they look up to the most. And it could put a lot of pressure on me, but it also ignites me because I know that I have to lead by example. If I want the generational trauma to end in my family, I have to end it. I have to be the one to lead and hope that they follow. But I am aware that you only change when you want to. And I'm not here to change you. I'm not here to tell you who to become. I'm just here to show you my journey, what I've gone through, and who I'm becoming, and the success that comes with when you're becoming who you're meant to be, right? Like, I'm going to show you guys proof of what it's like to put yourself first, to work on yourself, to pour into yourself and reap the benefits from it. So, all of those, school and working full time. And also this year I started my internship. So, I'm doing therapy. And I knew going into the new year that I was going to be the busiest I probably have ever been. Okay, I got a full time job. I'm still in school and I'm doing my part time internship and I'm prioritizing my health. So I'm in the gym 4 times a week and I'm meal prepping. And I still got to do chores at home for myself. Like I got to tidy up around here because it's just me. So I was like, all right, this year I really need to pour into myself. Like this year I really got to prioritize my me time. I really got to prioritize my solitude era. I really got to prioritize just being mentally good, right? Because how am I going to hold space for my clients if I'm not holding space for myself? That was a big shift for me. And at the end of this year, going to be done with my grad program. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. I'm so looking forward to it and I will be an associate's marriage and family therapist. But I won't be licensed until maybe 2 more years because I still have a lot of hours to go to be licensed. But as an AMFT, I can provide therapy as long as I have a supervisor. So I'm excited for this new journey. I'm excited for what's to come because I'm doing a lot of things that I'm starting to see the results from. Physically, I'm losing weight. Physically, I'm feeling the best I've ever felt. I'm able to creatively work on projects. I'm able to produce more content. I'm way more productive. I'm way more organized. I have a calendar. I use my phone. I use my calendar here at home. I am I am just extra on top of shit this year. Like I pick out my clothes the day before. I even pack my food the day before. Like back in the day, I used to ask, like, what do successful people do? And people always said they wake up at 5 a.m. and they always have their stuff ready and they have a calendar and everything's like set up, right? And I was like, fuck, that's a lot, right? But now I'm seeing it that this is what successful people do. You have to be organized. You have to be so much on top of your shit that shit goes smoothly. And this year, it's just flying by. We're already in April. Mind you, I have this podcast now that I'm in charge of, and I have to create content for it. I have to record for it. I have to edit. I do everything on my own. So I have to block off time for everything that I'm doing in my life. And yes, it's a lot, but because I make sure to give myself breaks, because I make sure to have that me time, because I make sure to prioritize my health, I am the best I've ever felt in my entire life. And I am a firm believer that when you pour into yourself, you really can pour into others. I mean, I don't know how many people I be giving pro bono therapy to. That's not going to last for too long though, because I'm noticing now that I am doing therapy with clients, I am not going to be able to just give pro bono therapy to just anyone. It's a lot. It is a lot to be able to hold space for others, to take in energy of others. It's a lot. But I will say, I truly love it. I love what I do. I love the field that I'm getting into, and I'm excited to see where I end up because I am really working my ass off right now to brand myself. I am working my ass off to become the best version of myself. and I am posting my journey. I'm posting uh, almost everything that I'm doing, mainly because I want y'all to see that when I do make it to the top, because I will, when I do make it there, y'all are the first to know what I had to go through. Y'all are the first to see what I went through. This was not easy. Nothing was handed to me. This podcast, I started it at home. And grad school with work, that was all me. Late nights, early mornings. Some days I'd cry, some days I'd stress, but I got it done because that's what it takes to succeed. You got to get it done. Anyways, going back to what I said earlier, you're going to get to a point where you're fed up with where you're at. You're fed up that you're not where you want to be, and you may hit rock bottom, and that's going to be what pushes you to become everything you've ever wanted. And the main reason why I'm sharing my journey, the main reason why I post all the content that I do is not to brag. It's not to tell you I'm better than you. It's to show you that anything is possible. It's to show you that when you do put in the work, you will get it 10 times back. It's to show you that there is good out there. We're not used to it. We don't see it. All we see is negativity. All we see are these evil people. All we see is a bullshit. And that shit gets fed into us. And then we just go day by day, living life, waiting for the weekend, waiting to turn up. I respect that if that's what you truly want to do and you're fulfilled and you're happy. If that's what you want, shit, kudos to you. But I know that there's so many people out there that are not happy, that are not fulfilled, and they are pretending like they're happy, but they're not. And I think if we're able to just be vulnerable with ourselves, if we're able to be vulnerable with each other out loud, in public, online, we would all be able to collectively heal. Because we're not perfect. We're all human. That's just the reality. We all want to succeed. We all want to do good. We all want to make ourselves proud. We all want to make our parents proud. So stop acting like you don't, because you do. And that is okay. Now let's just figure out how we're going to get you there. That's why I'm posting what I'm doing, because I want to give you some sense of hope. I want to give you that little bit of inspiration you need to get yourself out of the hole that you're in. You know what's crazy is you really got free will. Like, I've been seeing this trend on TikTok. People are posting shit because they have free will, and they be doing the weirdest, craziest shit. But if you really think about it, like, if you get deep, you have free will to do whatever the fuck you want. There may be some consequences, but you got the free will. You got the free will to do whatever you want. That's just mind blowing to me. Like, I live on my own. I'm an adult. I pay my own bills. And if I really wanted to get wild on a Tuesday night, I could. And no one's going to tell me nothing. Am I going to do that? No, because it's not going to get me to my goals. But it's just crazy, right? So you are in control of your life. And when I put the dots together and realize that shit, like, Vero, you have been the one holding yourself back this whole time. Guess what? You can also be the one to get yourself out and get yourself ahead. And that's just the approach I'm taking this year. I'm really taking my life by the throne and I'm running with it. I am putting myself first. I am working on myself. I am being positive. I am doing my reading. I'm meditating. I'm focusing on my schooling. I'm focusing on my clients and my internship. I am focused on my health this year, and I am focused on all my goals. And I'm doing what it takes to get myself to the end of my goal. I am putting in the work, not anyone else. Because I refuse to let society tell me who I'm going to be. Okay? As a woman of color, first gen Latina, I refuse to let society tell me who I will and will not be. I will succeed because I want to. I will succeed because I put in the work. And I will flaunt it, not because I'm cocky, but because I want to show more women of color out there that yes, sí se puede. You can do whatever you want to do when you set your mind to it. And don't you ever let the people around you, strangers on the internet, tell you anything different. So that's why I'm on here. That's why I'm talking my shit. That's why I'm letting you guys into my life and letting y'all know what I've been through and where I'm going, because that is the only way I know to plant a seed to show you that anything is possible when you put the work in. Anything is possible when you change your mentality. Anything is possible when you decide to change. Can't nobody tell you anything different but you, but the man in the mirror, but the woman in the mirror, but the person in the mirror. And you hold that tight and don't ever let anybody tell you who you can and shouldn't be. So yeah, y'all, that was my turning point. School, being in grad school, getting roofied, the relationship I was in, all those things were just not aligning with who I wanted to become. And I knew for this next phase of my life as a therapist, I was going to need to make changes. And in order for me to offer my therapy services and to hold space for others, I had to make sure to do that for myself and not be a hypocrite. So that was my main motivation. And I've just always been like this type of person that seeked more, that wanted more, that knew I deserved more. And I'm tired of seeing like our people suffer. I'm tired of seeing us being put down by society. I'm tired of seeing us put ourselves down and think we're not worthy. I want to change that. I'm so inspired by Mel Robbins. I'm so inspired by Danny Morel. I'm so inspired by Eric Thomas. Like, there's so many people that I look up to. And I hope for my generation and for Latinos, I can be the Mel Robbins, because I truly love learning. I truly love being authentic. I truly love life philosophy, listening to people, hearing people out, and just helping people turn on that light bulb. I love that because for myself, I had to turn it on by myself, but I also did have a lot of mentors throughout my life, even if it was for a short span of time, that really helped with igniting that light for me. And I definitely owe a lot of gratitude to each of them, and they know who they are. And if they're watching this, I thank you guys for always holding space for me, holding me accountable, and just being you, because watching you and your journey has ignited me and allowed me to be who I am and to authentically be myself without guilt. And I'm excited to be able to also do that for others. And I'm excited to be able to change and impact as many lives as I can while my time is here. So for those that knew me, y'all need to get to know me, because I am not the same person I was. I don't hate anyone. I got no drama in my life. I am drama free. I am happy. I'm living. I am thriving. And I'm only going to continue. So I'm sending you positive vibes. I'm sending you healing vibes. And I hope that each and every one of you that are watching this video are doing amazing, are getting everything that you want to accomplish. There's space for each and every one of us at the top. There is no need to compete. There is no need to hate. We can all do it together, because together we're stronger. That's just what it is. So I just wanted to share that a little, you know. I haven't been on here by myself. I've been enjoying getting to know other guests and having them on my podcast. And I'm excited for the other guests that I'll be having on my podcast. And I'm excited for you guys to get to know them and hear their stories because each and every one of them have gone through it themselves or have taken big risks and are successful in their own way. And I just want to show not only people in the Bay Area, but around the world that you can succeed. Just because you're from the hood doesn't mean you can't. It might be harder. You might have to put in more work and it will fucking suck. And you're going to question it. Why do I got to work harder? But I promise you, if you get through it and you get over it, you will succeed. You will make it. And there's so many people in this world and the Bay Area that are a true testimony to that. So I'm excited for y'all to tune in. Stay tuned because there's so much wisdom that will be shared on this podcast. And I will be rebranding this podcast, but we'll see where this journey takes me. It has helped me meet amazing people and it has inspired me to continue doing the work. And I'm excited to see what else is in store. So thank you so much for listening to me yap. And if you have any questions, please put a comment and let me know what your questions are. Send me a message on Instagram. Send me a message on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok. Follow my journey and please 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 comment. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. It really helps me to reach a larger audience. Even if this is not something that you like listening to, it will reach the audience that is meant to listen to me. It'll reach my tribe. It'll reach the people it needs to reach. But it can't do that without your help. So I ask you with all my heart and soul, if you could please subscribe. Please share it on your story. Please share it to someone that you feel needs to hear my message or whatever episode you think will reside with them. And I truly will appreciate it. I love y'all. Y'all have an amazing rest of your day. Stay tuned for the next episode because it's going to be a hit. Love y'all.